Hello, and welcome to the second video on how to make a game like Assassin's Creed in Unreal Engine 4. In this video, we will be adding movement and animations to our character. Let's get started. The very first thing we're going to do is we're going to go into our characters folder. We're going to create another folder in here, and we're going to call it character model. And inside of it, we're going to create our character model blueprint class that is going to be used as the model for all the characters we'll be making for this game. Right click, click on blueprint class, hit character, and we'll call this char model for character model. Open up the character model, and right here we're in our viewport. We're going to click mesh inherited over here on the left hand side, and we're going to go over here on the right hand side in this details panel, and we're going to go down to mesh, to skeletal mesh, and then we're going to click on this, and we're going to click the Arissa skeletal mesh. And here's our model. So the first thing we want to do is lower our model so she's inside the capsule component. And then we're going to go up here to select and rotate objects. We're going to click on that, and this blue arrow represents the forward direction. So we want to move our model 90 degrees to that direction. Then we're going to hit compile and then save. The next thing we're going to do is going to add a camera. Before that, we're going to add a spring arm. That way, if there's ever a situation where we want to dynamically control the camera, we can do that more easily. And to it, we're going to attach a camera, just like that. And now you can see our camera and our spring arm are attached to each other. And I can rotate my camera up. And I think that'll be good right there. Hit compile, hit save, minimize the window, and now we're going to go over here to our characters, and then we're going to go over to the right here to world settings, and under game mode override we're going to click third person game mode, and where it says default pawn class we're going to click that, and we're going to go down to the character model blueprint that we created and click that. Hit save, and we're going to hit play. And there's our character. But we can't do anything with her right now. So we're going to get out of that. We're going to get rid of this third person character. We're not going to need him for anything. I'm going to delete him. And then we're going to go under our content window, our third person blueprints, open blueprints, and open the third person character, which seems odd because we just deleted him. But out of here, we're going to import this mouse controller to our character. So we're going to copy it. We're going to go over to our own viewport. Oops, we got to go to our character model. And actually first we're going to go to our event graph. And we're going to add a new graph, and we're just going to call this our general graph. And in here we're going to right click, type paste, and paste in the mouse input. We're going to hit compile, we're going to hit save, we're going to go back here to our character model self, and over here we want this blank. If this is checked, you should uncheck it. Use controller rotation yaw. And then we're going to go down to our spring arm, and we want to click on use pawn control rotation, and we're going to click on that. That way, if we didn't do this, our mouse would simply move our character around, but we want to be able to rotate around our character with it. So we're going to hit compile, we're going to hit save, we're going to minimize this, we're going to hit play, and now we're able to move and look around our character. So now we're going to add some movement and some animations. We're going to go down here And we're going to bring back up our Mixamo page, and we're going to go here to animations. And as you can see, there's a bunch of animations for us to apply. Here she is doing some hip-hop dancing. The first thing we're going to grab is we're going to grab an idle animation. And let's see, let's find a good idle animation here. That looks pretty good. I think I like that one. No, I'm just going to keep the first one for now. Okay, and then we're going to hit download, and we have a skin. We could do it without a skin, and we're going to hit download for that. And we're going to save it as, I'm just going to put this on my desktop again just to have an easy place to get these things. Idle is fine. Actually, I'll just change it so I don't get confused with other things on my desktop. I'll change it to Arissa idle. For now, we'll close that. We need a walk. We want her to walk. So let's see. Walking with a shopping bag. No, we just want walk. No, we don't want that kind of walk. Yeah, but first off, we want it in place. Yeah, that's a good walk right there. So we're gonna hit download without skin again, and we'll go back to save as, and I'll make sure to make this Arissa walking. And now we need a run. And let's find, this looks like a good run. Make sure you hit in place when you're doing these. If you try to use mirror, it won't animate correctly when we use it in the Unreal Engine browser. We're going to hit download without skin. Save as. Arissa running. Next, we want sort of a, I think it's called right strafe. Yeah, that's it. Right strafe walking in place. Save this also. Then we want a left one. That one in the other direction. In place. Up there. And lastly, we want a backwards walk. Let's look at our options here. No, we want something a little smoother. Yeah, like that. That looks pretty good for now. Alright, we have all our animations, and we'll go ahead and actually we'll go here to content, characters. We'll create another folder which we'll call animations. We'll click on that. We'll take all our animations here that we just got. We'll put them right in here. It's going to ask us what skeleton. We want the Arissa skeleton, and we want to import all of them. And so the very first thing we're going to do, we'll click on this idle animation here and just take a look at it. It's looking pretty good, and we're gonna go over here to our character model, and we're gonna go here to Mesh Inherited, and we're gonna go over here to where it says Animation and Animation Mode, and we're gonna use an animation asset. And now we have nothing here, so we have to add something. So I'm gonna minimize this, grab this idle animation, and put that right in there. I'm gonna hit compile, save, we'll minimize it, we'll hit play. So now we can see our character has our idle animation in it. I'm gonna stop. We're gonna give her some movement now. We're gonna go over here, and we're going to actually just take something else from the third-person character here. We're gonna take his movement input. It'll just be easier that way. There's no reason to program something that's going to look the exact same. So we're gonna go like that, copy, go to our character model, go to our general graph. We'll just zoom out here a bit. We'll come up here, we'll type paste again, and there's our movement input. We'll just move it down here so it looks nice and neat. We'll hit compile, save. We'll save that. Every time there's an asterisk here, it means it wasn't saved yet. So I just like to get rid of those. We're gonna minimize this. We're gonna hit play, and now I should be able to move around with my W, S, and D, or my arrows. So now she's got some movement, and now let's add some animations to our movement. So let's start adding some animations. So over here in our animations folder, we're going to right click, we're going to go to animation, and what we want is a blend space to put all our walking and running animations into. We're going to choose the Orisa skeleton, and we'll call this BS for blend space character walk, and we're going to open this up. Now if you go back here to our character model and you go to character movement, you'll see that our max speed here is 600. So when we go over here to our blend space and we have to set our axis here in our blend space, we'll have an axis. See, it goes from 0 to 100 and 0 to 100 in this direction, meaning we'll have a lateral speed and a forward speed. So our horizontal, our minimum, is going to be negative 600 to 600, and our number of divisions will be 12, and we'll simply repeat those things here, and there we go. We'll simply save that. Now over here is a list of all our animations. So right here in the middle is where we're going to put our idle. Right here at 0, because that's what she does when she's standing. And then for our walking, we're going to put this right here, because that's her walking. And for our running, we're going to put this at 600. And then we're going to put her left and right walking. We'll put that here. I think there's where it's going to go, and right here. So we'll hit save, and now this little green dot we'll see, actually we'll move that over here. So we can take this little green dot, and here she is. She's just sitting, and as we move it forward into our forward direction, she's walking, and as we move it up more to the max speed, she's running. And that's how the blend space works. Actually, let me fix some things. I was supposed to make this grid level 12, or grid divisions 12, and actually I don't want these here. See, we have more divisions now, so that makes a little more sense. I want my strafing down here, about here. So now when I move this little green dot, there she is strutting to the left, and there she is strutting to the right. There, that looks a lot better.